This hour, the Coast Guard officials are now weighing their options as to how to handle that oil spill disaster in the Gulf. More than 40,000 gallons of crude are being spilled into the Gulf every single day, and that could lead to some big problems along the shorelines of Gulf Coast states. 10 Connects reporter Grayson Comm, he's live now in Paso Grill with more on this. Grayson.
Well, Keith, Florida wildlife officials from our area, the Bay Area, are actually heading to the Panhandle today to stage up there just in case any oil starts coming ashore up there. The Deepwater Horizon oil rig exploded off the coast of Louisiana about a week ago, and the spill is headed in our general direction. So that really raises the question, in a state like ours that relies on the beaches so much for business, how will this impact us?
Disaster crews are considering a bold option to handle the monstrous oil slick floating in the Gulf. It's as close as 90 miles from Pensacola's beaches. Set the floating oil on fire. The Coast Guard says that could burn off much of the oil that could come ashore and hurt wildlife. Until this disaster, Florida Governor Charlie Crist supported oil drilling off Florida's Gulf Coast. Tuesday, he backed far away from that stance.
As I've always said, it would need to be far enough, clean enough, and safe enough. I'm not sure that this was far enough. I'm pretty sure it wasn't clean enough, and it doesn't sound like it was safe enough, so maybe not enough. And I think that it's not a great situation, and we got to do everything we can to protect Florida.
Crist hovered above the oil slick on a 90-minute helicopter tour Tuesday. Researchers at USF St. Pete are keeping a close eye on the oil slick, which now covers as much area as Hillsborough and Polk counties combined. They're trying to determine how it will affect Florida. This is one of the possibilities. Ocean currents around our state could curve the oil down into the Keys and then up the Atlantic coast in about a week and a half to 2 weeks. Crews will soon begin drilling a relief well to take pressure off the leaking one. Right now, that leaking well is dumping 42,000 gallons of crude a day into the Gulf. The company says the relief well will take up to 3 months to build, and if the main well cannot be closed, more than 4 million gallons of oil could spill into the Gulf of Mexico.
Now, over the past couple of days, we've been getting a lot of calls and emails from folks asking about a smell that has been lingering in the air in Pinellas County. And don't really smell it this morning, but folks have described it as sort of a burning candle kind of a smell. Well, scientists are not in agreement as to what could be causing that. Some scientists do believe it could be potentially oil burning off from that oil slick. Other folks in the National Weather Service and the Coast Guard figure it is something else causing it, potentially a massive wildfire that is burning in Central America. Either way, government agencies have many different testing stations set up that are taking air samples. So far, they have found no problems, but they have sent off samples to a lab in a rush order to get those tested to make sure there's nothing strange going on. They expect those test results to come back tomorrow. Live at Paso Grill Beach, Grayson Comm, 10 Connects.
Great. Just curious, do you smell that smell this morning?
You know, really don't. And I hadn't had a chance to really come out here and smell it over the past couple of days, but we've talked to Janie Porter and some of our other folks who have definitely smelled it. It's a distinctive odor. Some people say like burning rubber, some people say more like a burning candle without any fragrance to it. But they really, Department of Environmental Protection, Coast Guard, I've talked to them, they've not been able to put their finger on it yet.
All right, we'll wait for those tests, those air quality tests to come back. Grayson, thank you very much.